Join Lee Bellinger today on the Bellinger Report. Lee is the publisher of Off Grid Confidential, one of the last information financial newsletters to be delivered 100% through the mail and completely independent of the internet and big tech scolds. Lee has been publishing continuously since 1988 and is your guide to off-grid living.
This is Lee Bellinger of the Bellinger Report, and today I am talking to Tim Dura, who is the Chief Operating Officer of the Polk Institute. Tim has been was in the Air Force for 22 years and was a fighter pilot. So I wanted to talk about what the Polk Institute does, and then I'll probably have a few other little questions for you. So Tim, welcome to the Bellinger Report, and why don't you go ahead and tell me about the Polk Institute?
Sure. Lee, thank you very much for having me on. I see that you must have some military connections as well by looking at your backdrop here. The Polk Institute Foundation, the full name is the Polk Institute Foundation for Social Entrepreneurship. And what that means is that we are a nonprofit that trains disadvantaged persons, minorities. We target primarily Black and Brown potential CEOs that have a great business idea but don't know how to go about starting it, and they don't have the money to do so. We also target veterans from all branches of the service, and with the same idea, because we know that veterans already have a lot of leadership qualities that are required of a CEO. You know, we already know they're disciplined, they're determined, they can meet a deadline, they can do all the things that CEOs need to do. We also target businesses that are already in existence, and they're looking for guidance on how to get up to that next level to increase their bottom line profit margins. The Polk Institute concentrates on three things. We call it the 3 Ps of planet, people, and profit. So taking that into consideration, we offer a 3-phase program that's actually quite extensive and basically is a master's practitioner's level training in entrepreneurship. We are a training foundation. That's what our IRS 501c3 has us categorized as. So we're not really an education-based nonprofit. We are a training-based nonprofit. And yes, there is a little bit of difference of that. And the reason why we do that is all our instructors come from the real world. They're all business owners, CEOs, senior VPs of businesses. They're out there doing it every day, and they come in and graciously volunteer their time once a week for 2 hours to teach these classes that we offer at the Polk Institute. Phase 1 is 11 months in length. They have a base course that's 8 months. They get 2 months of electives of their choice. And then the last month, 11th month, is the capstone, where we concentrate on business plans and pitching. After that, they go on to phase 2. Phase 2 is the launch pad. They are married up with a mentor that is familiar with the industry that the business is in, and the mentor will kind of be their guide on the side and polish up their business plan, polish up their pitch decks, and help them form a team. Because as we all know, being an entrepreneur, being a CEO, starting your own business, it's a blood sport. And so you can't really do it alone effectively. So we concentrate on forming a team around that potential CEO, and phase 2 turns them into what we call a fundable CEO. What that means is phase 3, we get them out in front of potential investors to pitch their business. And we have a period, or at the end of phase 2, they go before an interview panel, and the interview panel acts like investors. And then we do our last critique before we turn them loose to get in front of real investors that will potentially fund their program. We also will be launching what's called Phase 4, and this is where we bring all of our people who have completed the course, the first 3 phases, we bring them back, and it's kind of like a CEO peer group setting where once every other month we'll get these people together and they can exchange ideas and, vent to each other, because being a CEO, heavy is the crown, that the leader wears, and he has really nobody to talk to. So that's their chance to talk with other CEOs and air problems that they may have, get suggestions from their peer group, etc. So that's pretty much what the Polk Institute is. It's a 15 to 18-month program with an alumni program attached at the back end. And I need to emphasize the fact that this is free. We do not charge tuition.
So let me ask you this question. Tell me, how do people contact you, and how do they apply?
Okay. We have applications that are still, our application period's open until the 10th of January, 2022, which that deadline's coming up pretty quick. They can go on to our website, which is Polk Institute, all one word, lowercase, .org.
PolkInstitute.org. Good.
PolkInstitute.org. Once they go to the website, they will find a tab that will say apply here, and they'll push that and they'll fill out the application process. Once they're done with that, they will, their application is automatically submitted. They'll be set up for an interview. They'll go through an interview process with a 2 to 3 person panel, and then decisions will be made on whether or not we are going to accept them. We're looking for people that are humble, hungry, and smart, all right? And with the word humble, we kind of couch the word coachable as well. We don't want people that are going to come in and tell us what to do. They need to be coachable. They need to have that part inside that will allow them to open up, listen to what suggestions we may have for them to improve their business. And at that point, it's their decision whether they want to implement those changes or not. But we have to make sure that these people are coachable.
Good. Well, that's the willingness to learn is the gateway to all entrepreneurship, and that's right. So good. Well, this is a really good news, and so I'm really delighted to learn about this. And I wanted to thank you for your service to your country as well. While I'm on the subject. So go ahead and it's the Polk Institute, www.polkinstitute.org.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for being here today, and I hope that a lot of our listeners reach out to you in your organizations. Just sounds like it's a great thing you're doing.
Well, it is. The concept's been proven. This is the third time this model has been implemented. So, it's vetted. We know what we're doing. We have great instructors. And I want to emphasize that we'll interview anybody. Yes, we concentrate on Black and Brown, but our first cohort had 26 business candidates in it. And we had 11 Caucasians. We had 13 Black and Brown participants and 2 Asian participants. So, and a majority of our class, ladies, was women. All right. So we will interview anybody and everybody. Our focus is that we're trying to get the veterans to sign up. We want veterans in this program. And then we also want existing businesses in this program. So when you apply, go to the website and apply. There's an application, but it'll branch out as to whether you're a startup, whether you're a veteran, or whether you're in an existing business, and you'll answer whatever category you fall into on the application itself. So I just wanted to make sure people knew that.
That's awesome. Okay, well, I want to thank you for your time today. I'm talking with Tim Dura of the Polk Institute, and I want to thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.